Hi guys, this is Walt. I haven't made a video in a long time, and I haven't exactly intended for my channel to be a gun channel, but that's kind of how it's working out right now. I haven't really had a whole lot of handyman stuff. A lot of stuff I've been working on has been in customers' homes, and just for legal reasons, and just for the fact that people are kind of pissy right now. Yes, I said pissy. I'm sorry. I really don't want to get into that whole ball of wax. So, anybody who's seen any of my comments, especially like on the Budget Armories channel or Hickok 45 or Destroyer, will know that I had a Beretta PX4 Storm compact. Great gun, but it had two fatal flaws. Actually, three fatal flaws. One was every time you pulled back on the magazine, or pulled back on the slide. Excuse me. It seems like I would gouge my finger, and I did that twice, including qualifying for my CPL. That was a big problem. The other issue was the fact that the safety was also placed right on the slide, and it was sharp, and it cut into my side. I wore it for a whole week. Right after I got it my CPL, wore it camping, and I tried this holster with it. Didn't work so hot. Tried this holster, which helped out tremendously, but the safety still dug into my side. I also used this, but this is not easy to conceal. Prints like the Sunday paper, and it also weighed a ton too. It wasn't very good. Trigger reset was also terrible on it. So I got rid of it. I traded it in, and I still had to pay a substantial amount of money. I got this one, Ruger SR9c, recommended by my dad, who also, this was his second gun. This is my second gun. I put 150 rounds through it. The only problem that I've had, and this seems to be an issue, is the extractor roll pin right here. I don't know if you can see it or not. That likes to come out. So I'm going to put another 150, maybe 200 rounds through this, if I can spare the ammo tomorrow. And I'm going to see if this problem is fixed. If it isn't, this is not going to be my primary carry weapon either. I mean, it is right now by default because this is all I have. But I can't have a gun where the extractor is going to flub up, and I really don't want to have to take a bath on this gun. But anyway, it's been good so far. You can obviously see that the loaded chamber indicator is down. It would be up if if it had a round in it, and I could pull it back, but I need one hand to steady the camera, so you're going to have to take my word for it. Total price on this was $425 plus tax. Haven't had any problems while shooting it. No failure to feeds, no failure to ejects. I fired federal ammo through it, and it hasn't been a problem. It has a magazine disconnect safety, which doesn't allow you to pull the trigger. It also has a pretty substantial trigger pull on it. I'm not going to pull it in here because it still freaks me out. Pull a trigger on a gun in the house. Has a safety on the frame instead of on the slide, and the button's blunt, so it's not going to push into your side while you carry it. It's also got a pretty decent mag release. The only problem with this is you still have to pull the slide back on it while pushing back on this. I'm not really liking that very well, but I can live with that. The rear sight's adjustable. The front sight is obviously fixed. To field strip the gun, you need to push. You need to pull the slide back and lock it. There's a little finger that you have to push on the inside of the ejection port, and then you have to take either the nose of a cartridge, a chopstick, or in my case my finger, and push this takedown pin out, and the slide will come off. It's really not too bad. Not my favorite to do. I'd rather have to not use tools and take stuff off. But that's my take on that. Okay. Anyway, in addition to the gun, you get a really nice case with it. At least as nice as you can get. It's also made in the United States instead of Italy. You get a pretty decent lock to go with it. You get that. You get a 10-round magazine. You get this nifty little floor plate on it. There's also another floor plate to go with it to aid in concealability. You also get a loader made of metal, not plastic. In truth, you don't really need it. And you get a 17-round magazine with an adapter. Basically changes this from an SR9c to an SR9 with a shorter barrel. I also bought a second 17-round magazine, and I spent about $65 on it at Gander Mountain, and I mean they took me to the cleaners with that. You can get them online a lot cheaper, but you have to pay shipping. Like I said, again, I fired 150 rounds through it. I haven't had any problems while shooting it, but while taking the lock off, that happened to pop out, and I took it to Gander Mountain. I was a week without my gun. They did get it fixed very quickly. Didn't have to send it to Ruger. But I'm going to see if this holds up. And like I said, if it holds up, fine. But to have a gun that breaks after only a month, that kind of scares me. Maybe I'm not going to trade it in and take a bath on it. I may relegate it to range duty. I've actually got a Beretta 45 that I'm going to be. I've got getting some repair work done on that, and I have a Smith & Wesson SD40 VE on layaway that I'm going to be hopefully picking up before the first of the year. So I'll do a review on that. As far as holsters go with this gun, the one that I found that actually works best is the Vega. And yes, this is made in Italy. It's the IB341. Works pretty good with the gun. There's a little bit of looseness in it as far as in the waistband goes. Your pants are holding it in anyway. You can use that one. I also bought this one specifically for this gun, and it does not work so well. Actually, the gun rides up too high. So as you can tell, this is your belt, this is your waistband, this is how far the gun sticks out, and it tends to work its way out. I love Uncle Mike's holsters for the most part. This is a size 16, but with this gun, not so good. I can use the Black Hawk with this, and I can also use the Black Hawk Pancake holster in a size 2, and that works pretty good too. But the gun tends to flop around a little bit, but it does work pretty well. And in a pinch, I can use this one, size 15. But because it's a smaller gun, as you can kind of see, not so good. So anyway, guys, this is the first gun review I've ever done. Tell me what you think. My next one should be better. If I ever get that Beretta back, I'll do a review on that. That is, if it doesn't cost too much, and I'll let you know how the Ruger made out after I get done shooting it tomorrow. Thanks. Appreciate your comments.